Because
Wait,
we
maybe,
saw a lot.
I'm sorry, I was speaking over you. Why don't you start again?
Okay. So,
I mean, we could clip out that little piece where we were laughing about old farts. And
this is like Carlin. Okay. One thing then that, with the meetups, it's nice, you meet people, you talk to people, but the real important thing is to get connected and get discovered on the platform, because that's when you can have the ongoing real-time presentation of your information and the ability for investors to see it in real time. And there's a lot of ways that we've tried to build in that are very related to everything that's on social media. So brands can be followed by investors. The investors can connect with brands, so the communication process can start. And we have the various security levels so that brands can, secure documents until investors are connected if they prefer, and even share them separately with single investors in a group function. So there's a lot of ways that happens. But Michael, maybe we should talk a little bit about, what Brandjectory is in terms of investors discovering brands.
Yeah, a brand has multiple ways of getting discovered by an investor. An investor has a capability to do a search, so they can enter up to 7 different criteria about a brand's model. And if the brand fits that model, then they'll appear in the search results that the investor can click into and read more about the brand. But the brand also has a capability to send signals to the investor. And so the function on the platform exists. It's basically a little, ping to the investor that says, based on the criteria that the founder sets for who they want to let advise that they're on the platform. They can send a little ping to those investors. The investor gets the notification, and then they can click into the profile and check it out further. And you can ping the same investor once every 90 days or so. And we've set it up that way because that was a request from investors that it was important from an efficiency standpoint and an effectiveness standpoint for both parties to not have it a cold call system, because if the brand is not prepared or the brand doesn't fit the investor's criteria, then it's not productive for either party for that investor to get the communication when the investor doesn't invest in companies of that size or that type or what have you. So by sending these signals and configuring the criteria to the investors that fit, you're more likely to get a positive response. And one of the other key things, of course, on the platform is that it's CPG focused. So all investors on the platform are investors in CPG. So that already we've done some filtering, so to speak, to help that process become a bit more effective and efficient.
Yes, and one of the other things is we've added a sample button. Okay, so brands can offer up a sample to investors. So it's not going to the world, it's only going to investors. But investors can't request a sample without revealing who they are. So, and ending up following that brand. So no matter what happens, if you put the sample out there and an investor wants them, you'll end up knowing who that investor is and be able to get some feedback on what they thought of your product.
For sure. And, once an investor starts to follow a brand, that's a perfect time to make sure that you're posting updates about your growth and your story, because that's when the investor wants to hear what's going on with your trajectory. And when they reach out to connect, it's a double opt-in connect. You have the ability to discover who they are in full. You can look at their profile, check them out, on the web, and, make a fully informed decision that it's somebody that you want to connect with. And then once they're connected, you can share information and documents with them through the platform, as Tom said, and then you're off and running.
And brands, when an investor is following you, they get a notification of every update you make, whether it be a posting, whether it's an update to a document that you've made, they get notification of that. And so they're seeing it in real time. All right, I think that went pretty well.
Stop recording.